Hi, I'm John Stevens. I'm the manager of Pastoral Life and New Evangelization for the Archdiocese of Halifax-Yarmouth. Thank you very much for agreeing to be part of a team that takes us through our discernment process in your parish. What you've agreed to undertake is core and central to our pastoral planning over the next 5 years. This is a process that's going to be repeated in our parish 5 times. And you get to be the pioneer, the first ones to undertake this process, to lead us through it, and to get us off on the right foot in the pastoral planning that we're trying to undertake in the Archdiocese of Halifax-Yarmouth. So thank you for agreeing to help. This discernment process, as we're calling it, has 3 major parts to it. And the 3 major parts are a parish ministry assessment, a statistics worksheet, and what we're calling our Lenten series. And the Lenten series is a big jumble of things that we're going to break open for you in a little bit. So we plan to do training videos on the ministry assessments and stats worksheet and on the Lenten series. But let me give them to you in a big overview, in a big picture kind of way, so that we can get started on how everything fits together. Because as I said, this is central to what we're going to be doing over the next 5 years, this process of discernment. And when we say discernment, we really mean it. Remember, if you were in attendance on October 24th or 25th, you'll remember that we talked about everything that we're going to do is parish-centered and diocesan-supported. So that means it's important for you as a parish to say, how am I doing? How are we doing in relation to what the vision that the bishop has painted for us for our local church? And that's what this discernment process is all about. So when we say ministry assessment reports, it's not assessment in the sense of like, we're going to shut you down or close you up if you're not doing exactly the right thing. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. We need to know what's happening. We need to know the good that's being done. You need to know the good that you are doing. Catholics all over the province and in our archdiocese are doing good work. And we want to acknowledge that, we want to recognize that, and we want to know where we can do better to fit that with our mission. And so the parish ministry reports are a real central component to this discernment process. They allow us to know what we're doing and what we're doing well. It allows us to know the areas where we need to improve. It allows us to know where our neighbors are doing well so that we can share resources with them and share what we do well with them and learn from them what they do well. The stats worksheet, is just a numerical expression of the same kind of thing. It's saying, is our money and our effort and our time and our energy where our mission is? What do we spend our time and our effort and our money on? And we just want to have a look at that and see how it's doing and say, okay, well, this is good. This could be better. And so the stats worksheet just says financially what the parish ministry reports are trying to say from a narrative and from a personal perspective, from a personal action perspective. And so these 2 things kind of go together, and that's why they're both due January 30th. They paint a picture of what's happening in our parish right now. Because we can't really go into a discernment without having a good sense of where we are. Going into a discernment without having a good sense of where we are is kind of like beginning an exercise routine without, doing that first step on the scale or doing that first health measurement. And so this tells us where we are. That allows us to go into the third part of our discernment process, the part we're calling the Lenten series, with our eyes wide open, to be able to see what's happening in our parish, how we're doing, what's everybody about, what's happening, what's not happening. So when we start to discern, kind of for ourselves particularly, Lord, where are you going? And are we willing to follow you there? Because that's the main question of the pastoral letter. When we start to discern that for ourselves, we'll kind of already know where we are. Peter, when he's walking out of Rome, knows where he's going, and he knows where he is. He's outside the cities, and he's on his way. He's getting out of town. He's leaving. He can't ask the question, Lord, where are you going, until he knows where he is, so he knows where the Lord is calling him back to. And we have to do the same thing in our parishes. And so the Lenten series is central to all this. What we do with the ministry assessment reports, what we do with the parish stats worksheet, lead us into the Lenten series with our eyes wide open. We know we're on the road, hopefully heading in the same direction as the Lord, but maybe not. And now we can start to ask the question, Lord, where are you going? And in our Lenten series, we'll have videos that feature the bishop talking in interview style, conversation style, encounter, dialogue style, with thought leaders in some of our particular areas around mission and around community and around formation. And so in our Lenten process, we'll watch those videos together. We'll sit and we'll contemplate the scriptures and have spiritual conversation, asking the question, Lord, where are you going? And are we willing as a community to go there? And the third part is what we're calling a discernment survey. At the end of that process, we'll look at a number of factors, a number of questions that come up in the whole pastoral letter, in all of your conversations from the transformation studies, in all of your recommendations from the assembly. They're all kind of written there, and they're all kind of asked there in question format. Are we doing this? Are we doing that? As a community, do we do this? As an individual, do I do that? And we start to reflect on 3 areas of mission, community, and formation. And so at the end of our Lenten process, we have the survey results of everybody who participated. We have the results of the ministry reports that shows what everybody in our parish is doing and what they're working on. And we have the stats worksheet that shows where we spend a lot of our time, energy, and money. And with those 3 things, we'll be in an excellent position to know what we do really well and to celebrate it. And we'll be in an excellent position to know where we need to improve and who we can look to for help, because we'll also know these answers for our neighbors. Now that's the advantage of this discernment process, and it sets the foundation and it sets the base for everything that we're trying to do over the next couple of years. And we repeat this process annually from now until the end of the pastoral planning cycle, so that we can see where we're improving and see where we need to continue to improve, to celebrate where the Lord has blessed us and given us grace to do good things, and to see where the Lord might be calling us to deeper conversion and commitment to where He's going. So that's our discernment process in a nutshell. We're going to spend the next couple of videos breaking open each of those elements. The parish ministry reports and stats worksheet, the Lenten series, gospel contemplation, spiritual conversation that goes into that, and the discernment survey that goes into that, so that you'll have a good detailed sense of what's happening, what's expected, and how we can do it in our particular time and place and parish. And if you have any questions along the way, we have contacts for each region in the Plain office. You can check it out on the website. And you could call someone who's dedicated to your region, dedicated to helping you where you are. And you'll have the same contact person, the same happy person, smiling face. Unless you're in the north, because that's me. I'm just kidding. And we'll be in good shape, and we'll support one another, and we'll hold each other's hands, and we'll hold each other accountable along the way. So thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time to watch this overview. I really encourage you to jump into the next video with your team that's on the parish assessments and the stats worksheet. God bless.